Hello, good morning. This is interesting because this light that's been over my head every day that I've been doing these videos, for some reason, at least in what I'm looking at, there's this glare that's going right down to my third eye. I don't know if it'll record that way, but anyway, I think it looks cool, so I'm going to keep it. So today I have a very serious thing to talk about. It's a question and a request. It's a request for you to tell me what you are celebrating right now. So I'm going to back up by explaining a little bit about why I'm asking you this question and where it comes from and why it's important to look at what we are celebrating on a regular basis and acknowledge that. So when I first started many years ago now in the world of coaching and being coached and developing a coaching practice, business consulting mostly, my coaches would often start meetings with asking us all to share something we're celebrating. And hi Susan, and as beginner, a lot of us were very beginner coaches, it was really easy to be discouraged. It was really easy to be discouraged by how few clients we had, how many sales calls we flopped, how uncertain we were about the next step in our business, all of that. And so the coaches that I had, and I've had a number of them, it really would ask us, they would start every call with, what are you celebrating? And it was hard sometimes to come up with what am I celebrating when it seemed like everything was this big uphill battle of learning and growth and struggle and all of that. But it was a really important thing to do, because when we shift into recognizing and acknowledging even those little baby steps that we made, it made it easier to align with the frequency of the success we wanted. So that's why my request for you today, or whenever you watch this video, is, what are you celebrating today? So I want to begin by giving you, or take the next step in that question or invitation, by sharing some simple examples, because it's just easy in life to go like, here's my to-do list that involves a zillion things that'll never get done, or even 20 things that feel like a challenge to overcome, and here's these little incremental things that maybe were nice. And when we have that attitude, that's what the universe keeps giving us. So when we celebrate the little things, those little things can compound, right? So little celebrations can be like, I woke up this morning and my first thoughts were positive and appreciative. I'm celebrating that I get to work with people I love. I'm celebrating that it's getting close to the time when I go back to Sedona and be with my husband. I'm celebrating that I have a comfortable bed to sleep in. I'm celebrating that I have clean water to drink. I'm celebrating that I had an incredible connection with a beautiful woman yesterday, and we had such a resonant, powerful conversation. I'm celebrating that today I get to work with one of my favorite people on the planet and also go for a swim. So you see, I'm finding sometimes even the little things. Today I'm celebrating that I get to wear one of my favorite tops that when I go home will probably be a little too cold to wear. It'll be too cold outside for me to wear this, which is a color that I love. So little things sometimes. And what that does is it activates that energy of celebration. Now, that's just really the first step, or I would say the first step is recognizing how easy it is to go into the place of the have-tos. Well, I have to do this and I'm not there yet, and when I get to here, then I'll celebrate. Recognizing that that's not the energy that will get you what you want. That's step one. Step two is celebrating the small things. And then step three is actually bringing that celebration in a bigger way. So activating it through the things like, you know, dancing and having fun and laughing and telling jokes and going out for that coffee with a friend, or eating that ice cream cone because you always say, oh no, I don't need any more ice cream. But you know, it's like, oh, I want ice cream today. Not that I'm saying we should eat ice cream every day. Talking to my husband out there when he watches this. But sometimes, you know, giving ourselves permission to really celebrate life. Taking a break in the middle of the day when I should be putting in another hour at this task. You know what, it's hot out, I want to go for a swim. That kind of thing. So now let's look at the card. And the card is the 3 of water. And look at these women, they're dancing in the rain. They're dancing in the rain, and there's all these leaves blowing around, so that suggests that there's quite a wind, you know, quite a wind in the air. And they're just stomping themselves in a puddle. They're stomping their feet in the puddle, and they're dancing, and it doesn't matter that it's raining and it's windy, they're dancing. And this a little bit links with yesterday's video where we had adventure and that childlike sense of adventure. And this is a little bit the same thing, because little kids, you know, when little kids come across a puddle, what do? They go over to the puddle and they start stomping in it, right? What do adults do? Oh, it's a puddle. I don't want to get my shoes dirty, and I certainly don't want to get the bottom of my beautiful dress dirty, so I'm not going to go stomp in the puddle. But today's card is an invitation to maybe go stomp in that puddle, or its energetic equivalent, celebration. So again, I really want to ask you, please share in the comments below, what are you celebrating today? And again, it could be the simplest thing. Share it. Activate this celebration energy, and it'll encourage and invite others to share what they are celebrating today. And a couple other things just to talk about the energy of the card itself. 3 is a number of flow. And I always like to say, if you think about a tripod, hey there, Wyan, welcome. If you think about a tripod, when you put it on the ground, it's always going to have a level of stability. Now the top might be at an angle, but there's a way in which a 3 will always balance itself. In fact, this camera, my phone, is sitting, Om Shanti, is sitting right here on a tripod. So I know that it won't fall over. I don't need 4 legs of the same length. It's going to sit stable. But there's also a flow and a harmoniousness to the number 3. So energetically, 3 has a level of harmony and flow. And then when you have the water, the suit of water, you have even more flow. So it's like emotional flow. And that's why the word celebration is the perfect word for the 3 of water, because it's emotional flow. And when we are in emotional flow, we have the opportunity, or we have that sense of celebration, gratitude, that sort of thing. So again, one more time, I want to ask you, please share in the comments below, what are you celebrating right now? It can be the smallest, simplest thing, but let me know, what are you celebrating right now? And with that, I will sign off for the day, wishing you bright blessings until tomorrow. Mwah.